Well, hello there, everyone. It is John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur here. It is a fantastic start of the week, our start of the week. We start our weeks on Saturday, and that means we have a brand new master topic. We'll get to that in just a minute. If this is your first time here, well, welcome to the Inspiration of Your Life Daily Motivational Show. If you're coming back, well, of course, welcome back, and thank you for joining us. Always appreciate people that like our content and want to come back and rewatch the content and get some inspiration to become a better version of themselves. If you haven't checked out believemeachieve.com, feel free to go do that after the show. You can get my short form content, my long form content. You can get articles, reels, and much more. Oh, feel free to go get yourself some water. Like I have some RO water here. Maybe you want to get something like a snack, chips, fruit dip, or candy or cookies or something like that. All right. So let's get this show kicked off. All right, everyone. All right. So welcome to another powerful episode of the ever popular Inspirations for Your Life show. It's the daily motivational show that helps you move from stuck to unstoppable. That's right. I said from stuck to unstoppable. Who am I? I'm John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. I'm an engineer, marketing specialist, video producer, podcast host, coach, graduate student, and, of course, a passionate lifelong learner. This week's master topic is, are you ready, guys? Motion mindset, 7 days to build unshakable momentum. And today's focus is, you got it, wake up your drive. This, by the way, is series 4. Show 49, episode number 1. Today is Saturday. It's November 29th. It's the last Saturday in November for 2025. Great to have you here. If you're ready to stop overthinking and start moving, this episode is designed just for you. It's your launch pad. So let's kick it off with number 1. Start the day with one bold intention. Before the world starts making demands on you, claim your day with a clear, bold intention for your purpose. Instead of drifting into whatever happens, right? Decide right now who you're going to be and what energy you're bringing, and let that intention quietly guide every choice you make. Number 2, guys, make your bed like you mean it. I make my bed every day, and I've been doing that for years, and it really feels good to do it. It sounds simple, but making your bed with care gives you an instant win and a sense of order to start your day. You're telling your brain, we're the kind of person who finishes things. Even if you have people, that will do it for you, make your own bed. Right? Make your own bed. It will make you feel great. And that tiny signal of discipline sets the tone for bigger actions all day long. Number 3, guys, say your main goal out loud. There's power in hearing your own voice speak your goal into the room. When you say it out loud, it stops being a vague wish and becomes a clear commitment. Anchoring your mind to what actually matters today is key for success. Number 4, do one thing you've been putting off. Procrastination drains more energy than action ever will. Pick one thing you've been dodging: an email, a call, a decision, and just do it, for crying out loud, right? That single move breaks the mental backlog and instantly frees up the fresh momentum. Kind of like, the job that's stuck in the print queue that holds all the other 999 jobs up, right? Number 5, take a 5-minute power walk. You don't need an hour. Work out to wake up your drive. 5 minutes of brisk movement. It can flip the switch on your energy like that. Get your body moving and your blood flowing, and you'll feel your motivation start to catch up with your motion. All right, so we got to move, and then we get motivated. Number 6, listen to one hype song on repeat. I love doing this. So one of the things I do is I make like ringtones out of the songs I like. Basically the 30, 32-second version, and it really pumps me up when I hear those songs. Music is one of the fastest ways to shift your state. Choose a song that fires you up and loop it while you get ready or start your first task, letting the rhythm remind you that today is a day for motion, not mediocrity. So the song I like to listen to, it's a really cool song. And I was actually traveling to Louisville, Kentucky when I was on, it was actually fall break that my school gave me. And I had a great time there, but not to digress into the trip. It was a really great time. There was a song that came out of that trip, and that was Just Keep Going. And just keep going, and you'll find your way. Okay. This happened when I was posting some social media, and trust the journey. It suggests that every path is unclear, difficult, but you can make it through it. Just keep going, and you'll find your way. And I make that as my ringtone, and it's just really great to hear that. Number 7, write down why you can win. Instead of listening to reasons or things that are hard, list reasons you're capable of. When you write down why you can win, skills, experiences, past victories, you stack the evidence in your favor and build the belief that fuels bold action. That's right, guys. Taking one small move like that can make a big difference. Number 8, remove one obvious distraction from your life. Look around and ask, what is clearly stealing my focus? We talked about a lot of them last week, like your cell phone, right? We talked about how you can, get rid of some of those notifications. It might be a tab, a notification, or a clutter pile you have. Remove just one distraction, and you'll be amazed at how much smoother and lighter your next move feels. Number 9, turn a complaint into an action step. The movement you catch yourself and then you switch into a complaint, pause and ask, what can I do about it? Turning frustration into a concrete action step. Convert stuck energy into forward-thinking motion energy, and this turns you from victim into a problem solver. I think a lot of times people become frustrated in life is because they don't have a solution, right? They don't have a solution. And this happens sometimes, okay? And I think it's important to understand that. Number 10, do a 2-minute, that's it, 2-minute tidy of your space. Really quick. You don't need a full cleaning spree to reset your environment. 2 minutes is all it takes of putting things back, clearing surfaces, and organizing your workspace. Tells your mind, we're in control now here, and clears the mental clutter. 2. Number 11. Choose one thing to finish, not start. Starting is easy. Finishing is where momentum really builds. Commit to fully finishing one meaningful thing today, no matter how small, and let the satisfaction of completion become your new standard. That's something that you haven't thought about before. Number 12, move your body before you check your phone. If the first movement of your day is your thumb scrolling, your brain starts in reactive mode. Stand, stretch, walk, or do a few quick exercises before touching your phone so your body, not your notifications, lead your day. That's important. Number 13, write one sentence about your future self. Grab a notepad and write a single sentence that embodies with I am becoming, or I am this, the person who. And this keeps your eyes on who you're building, not just what you're doing. And every action today becomes part of that story that you're writing. You know the one. Number 14, do a task 10% faster than usual. Pick a routine task and challenge yourself to complete it just a bit faster. While still doing it well, this trains your brain to move with purpose and shows you that there's more efficiency inside you than you ever realized. Number 15, replace I hope with I will. Language shapes your mindset. When you swap I hope this happens for I will make this happen, you shift from wishing to ownership, and your brain starts looking for ways to follow that through on that promise. The energy that we put out is what we get. I know that sounds crazy, but it's absolutely truthful, guys. You know, what we think about, we bring about. And I didn't come up with that. Nightingale Conant came up with that. And I think that's an important thing. So wherever our thoughts are going, that's where the energy is going to flow. That's important to understand, right? Number 16, celebrate one tiny win by noon. Don't wait until the day is over to feel good about it. Aim to create and acknowledge at least one tiny win before midday, before having lunch. Maybe you have lunch at 1. Do it before lunch. Sending that message, finishing that task. So your afternoon rides the wave of early success. Number 17, take one small risk today. Momentum loves courage, even in small doses. Say the truth in a meeting. Pitch an idea, apply for something, or reach out to someone new. Tiny risks build the muscle you need for the big moments. 18, say yes to one growth opportunity. When something stretches you, it's teaching, it's presenting, you're learning, and you're leading. Lean toward the yes. Growth rarely feels convenient. Sorry. But honoring one growth opportunity today plants seeds for tomorrow's breakthroughs. Think about that for a moment. Planting seeds for tomorrow's breakthroughs. Do you plant seeds for tomorrow's breakthroughs, or you just hope tomorrow is going to bring you something? Number 19, say no to one energy drain. Could be a friend that's always asking for things. It could be some habit that you're always doing on autopilot. Momentum isn't just about doing more. It's about cutting what drags you down. Say no to one request or habit or distraction that drains you, and use that reclaimed energy for something that actually moves you forward. Can you think about that for a minute? Think about what that means in your life. A lot of us are just on autopilot to say yes, 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 yes. But we don't really understand what we're saying yes to. It's like the people that sign the contract, but they don't really know what they're signing in the contract, right? They just sign it. I think that's a very important thing to realize. They don't understand like what it is. And that's a big problem, guys. A very, very big problem. Okay. It causes people to get discouraged. Okay. And that's that's a very, very huge problem. All right. And I say this is a huge problem because it does something that we don't understand. It actually causes us to be, let's say, put out, to get ourselves to get disinterested, to give us a feeling of a depression, unfortunately. So those are not good things, guys. No, those are not good things. And so good things happen when we put energy toward them, right? Good things happen when we put energy toward them. Does that make sense, everybody? I hope it does. But it's something I think we need to think about and to definitely understand. So let's move on to the next point. Number 20. Visualize yourself already in motion. Visualize yourself already in motion. Visualize yourself already in motion. That's pretty cool, right? Visualize yourself already in motion. If you can do that, that's going to take you to another level, guys. It's going to take you to another level in life. And I want to tell you that your thoughts create things. Close your eyes. If you're not, as long as you're not driving or doing anything that requires attention, close your eyes for just a moment and picture yourself taking action, moving decisively, flowing through your day. When your mind rehearses motion, your body and behavior naturally will follow that script. Number 21. Start before you feel fully ready. Oh, but I'm not ready, John. There's never going to be a perfect day, a perfect time. Do it now. Okay? Waiting to feel ready is one of the biggest momentum killers. Begin imperfectly. Start with what you know and let readiness catch up with you on the way. You know, there's a great motivational phrase, and it is, you know, if your ship, you have to wait till your ship comes in, right? But person that's motivated says, you know what, I'm not going to wait for my ship. I'm going to swim out to my ship. Or the other one is, you know, I'm going to wait until the iron gets hot. Well, we can keep striking to make the iron hot. You see, there's one way that says pause and wait and procrastinate. Another way says, you know what, I need to do this now. Number 22. Break one thing into 3 mini steps. Big tasks feel heavy and invite delay. Take something that's been looming and divide it into 3 tiny crystal clear steps. Suddenly, it becomes less of a mountain and more of a simple staircase. Number 23. Do the easiest mini step immediately. Once you have found that you've broken it down, don't wait. Knock out the easiest step right now, right away. That quick action sends a signal to your brain. We're doing this. And it makes the remaining steps far less intimidating. Number 24. Stand up whenever you feel stuck. Physical motion disrupts mental stagnation. If you catch yourself staring, scrolling, or spiraling, simply stand up, stretch, or walk a few steps. That tiny shift often unlocks the next idea or move that you can make. Number 25, guys. This one is powerful. You ready for it? Turn your to-do into a get-to list. Words matter. Rewrite a few items on your list with I get to do this instead of I have to do this. I have to do this. The subtle change shifts, turns obligation into opportunities. I get to do this, and invites gratitude into your grind. So maybe you visited a theme park, right? You're like, oh, I get to go on this ride. You don't say, I have to go on this ride, right? Someone will say, oh, gee, you know, I don't want to get on a plane. I have to fly. I get to fly. It's great. Number 26. Ask what's the next best move. When you feel overwhelmed, you don't need the perfect plan, just the next best move. Ask that question. Choose one answer and act on it. Momentum is built one decision at a time. Number 27, guys. Speak kindly to yourself. When you slip, everyone stumbles and slips. But how you talk to yourself afterward determines whether you stall or restart. So let me give you an example. So you guys know I love to bake and I do all kinds of culinary. So I was doing some stuff, starting to bake yesterday. And I said, I'm going to get a jump on this. Went to the store, got all the stuff I need. I spent about 25, 30 hours baking, for the holidays. But then I also bake during the year too, but not 30 hours at a time. Not on one day, obviously. So I was baking. And then after a couple batches, I'm like, something's wrong. And I wasn't sure it was wrong, but I just something's wrong. I'm like, oh, wow, oatmeal cookies are flat. What do I do? So at first it was a little overwhelming. It was getting late at night and I was like, oh, what do I do? I was like, well, what could it be? I could examine the ingredients. I could think it's this. It could be that. Tomorrow, I'm going to just look at all the ingredients and look at anything that's not new that possibly causes the problem and replace it. Turned out it was the baking soda. Once I changed the baking soda, got back up on the horse. So I'm a day later, and I'm working a little harder to get caught up so I can do the second batch today of a different kind of cookie. But, I feel good that I was able to tackle that. Sometimes you need to pull away from something so you can get a little bit of perspective and come back like, oh, that's all we need to do. But, feeling overwhelmed because nothing is working and then doing more just makes it worse. Replace self-criticism with coaching. That's coaching language, actually. Okay, so here's what we'll do next and get back into motion quicker. So I said to myself when the bacon was working, okay. So I said, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a look at the ingredients when I get up in the morning. I'm going to go get what I need. And then in addition to getting what I need, I'm going to check. I'm going to do a test batch. Hopefully that is going to solve the problem. And I'm also going to make sure in the future that this never happens because I'm going to label everything so it has an expiration date on it. So I know when I bought it, and pretty much if it's more than 6 months or a year, I'm going to throw it out, whether it is or not, because things go bad, especially baking things like baking powder, baking soda. And so I made the mistake last year of buying this huge bag. It was on sale. And I thought, this will be great, not knowing that baking soda actually goes bad. So even though there were different tests you could do to see if it was good or not, it wasn't as reactive as it could be. And my cookies went from these flat pancakes to these nice little, small, little puffy 1-inch oatmeal cookies. So approaching it with a plan. I didn't know if that was going to work, but I was just praying that was going to work. And if not, I was looking at other things. I even tried something before I went to bed. I said, let me take this third batch before I go to bed. And let me go put it in the freezer for 30 minutes. That was one thing. Make sure the dough or whatever, and then put it in the fridge for a little bit. Take it out, and then make it. And I noticed there's still the same thing. I said, okay, so it's not the dough consistency; it's an ingredient in the dough. So at least that helped me feel a little bit better. Number 28. End the day listing 3 movements you made before you go to bed. List 3 ways you moved forward today. They might be big, they might be tiny, but recognizing them trains your brain to see progress and fuels motivation for tomorrow. That's important, guys. Number 29, go to bed knowing you moved, not just thought. There's a huge difference between a day full of thoughts and a day with even a few real actions. If you did something, anything that aligned with your goals and your core purpose, let yourself feel that satisfaction before sleep, lifting weights, doing exercises. Now, I know this morning I was a little bit frustrated when I got up, and I actually had a little bit of a headache because the temperatures had changed a little bit. But I knew it was something minor, and I knew that once I got out of bed and I took a shower that I was going to push past this, and I did within 30 minutes. Your belief creates your reality. Your belief even controls whether you feel discomfort or not. Number 30, guys. Decide tomorrow. We'll start with an action. Momentum doesn't reset at midnight unless you let it. Make a simple promise to yourself about the first action you'll take tomorrow. Then write it down so you wake up already in motion, not in indecision mode. I do that a lot. I use my list and I put that together. I think when you have a plan, it makes things work. Even when things get hectic and time seems crazy, you guys know I'm Roman Catholic and religious, and I give gratitude to Lord, to Mary, and to all the saints for giving me the energy to get through these things. But I think these things teach us important lessons. What I learned yesterday, I learned that you don't keep the baking supplies longer than a certain period of time. You throw them out within a year. Now, before I never did that. I got lucky, but I shouldn't do that again, especially when I bake, quite a bit, and I don't just bake little things. So a few dollars you might save by, keeping something amounts to more because you're going to waste the product anyway, right? So I think that's an important thing to understand. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to take this opportunity, if I may, to thank you so much for tuning into the ever-popular Inspirations for Your Life show. I am John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. It's always a privilege and pleasure and an honor to be with you and to help you build a motion mindset that keeps you progressing day after day. If you found value in today's episode, please share it with a friend, a colleague who needs that push. And remember, guys, you're only one action away from a completely different day. You're only one action away from a completely different day. I love that. Please do connect with me now at believemeachieve.com. And remember to share this out, right? I think when you start to see little changes, you'll be happy. Because, see, the big changes don't happen at once. The little changes start slowly. And then pretty soon the changes get a little bit more involved. And suddenly it becomes major. Have yourself a great rest of your day or evening. Be well, everyone.